joins us now. We'd like to hear all about Sharecare. What an exciting time this is now as you go public on the Nasdaq. This was a SPAC route that you took. Tell us a little bit about what's on your mind today as you're really kicking it off.
Well, we're really excited of what this day brings to Sharecare. I've been in digital health for a long time, started WebMD way back in 1998, and feel like, this is digital health's moment, that the pandemic made people realize that they're at risk, and there's enabling technologies that can connect the doctor, the health plan, and the employer to the palm of their hand, and we're just couldn't be more pleased to be a public company. We're ready.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you've been in this industry for a long time, certainly understanding what it is to obviously help customers in their time of need. At the same time, this SPAC route, was that the way to go? Why did you choose that route?
Well, we had a board meeting in Q4 of last year, and we had the bankers kind of pitch to us, and we were going to go the traditional IPO route. We were IPO, had great readiness. We're a $400 million business. We're profitable. And we started getting approached by the SPACs. And as I learned about the SPACs, I thought there were some great advantages for Sharecare. One was being able to share our forecast with investors. So instead of a 20-minute pitch, be able to, spend a few hours and, talk to them about our strategy and the complexities of healthcare and how fragmented they were. And we had a great SPAC sponsor, and Falcon. Alan Minuchin and 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬 had a lot of experience with DraftKings and skills. And so we think it was the right decision for Sharecare.
Right. And then in this time of need, like where we're coming out of the pandemic, people have so many questions about going from COVID to real life. And so how do you expect your customer base to change or grow going forward?
Well, I think there's like three main pillars, kind of coming out of this pandemic. One is what we call community well-being. So understanding the impact that your environment has on your health, similar to your genetics or lifestyle. Second is this concept of health security. Think of health security like the new cybersecurity. Cybersecurity protects infrastructure against a virus, health security protecting people against a future threat. And so we've developed some enabling technologies to help the world reopen by tech enabling best practices. And then lastly, what our core business is all about building resilience. So whether you're a Delta employee or a Blue Cross Blue Shield member, or you're a patient at a leading health system around the country, as you build resilience through Sharecare, it strengthens health security and it improves well-being. And I think those are the three key pillars that we're going to see, disrupt healthcare.
And we all think of Teladoc. That was a name that sort of was an up-and-comer during the Zoom days, right? I mean, we're talking about that I get to talk to my doctor or talk to my pharmacist online and get that kind of care. Tell me about what your company's goals are in providing customers, as you just talked about, right? I know you talked about a community and having security. Why would I be using your company? How would your company help me?
Well, the same way you don't have 10 apps to manage your money, I don't think you're going to have 10 apps to engage in your health. And so rather than being a point solution, which are what some of the companies you mentioned do, we're trying to develop a holistic platform. And so to be a one-stop shop that your doctor, your health plan, and your employer can communicate to you through. And so we think that's key, just kind of this one-stop shop that uses these enabling technologies to help improve your well-being. And we've been on this journey for the last 9 years. We have 2,400 associates, and we're making a lot of progress towards that goal.
Yeah, and by the way, I love your WebMD creation and time that you were part of that as it grew. But this is the same thing, right? Because people have questions about their health. They want it to be private. You said you can work with your employer through this. Will I talk to a doctor, or is this more the money side of my business here with my health?
Yeah, so we do a lot of remote patient monitoring. So if you think about what we try to accomplish with our users is, first, we want them to understand their baseline. So for us, that's your real age. And we've had 50 million people take our real age test. And then second is we want people to understand their real time. And so we use the sensors on the phone to help people earn a green day by tracking their steps and their sleeps and making sure they're taking their medications. But where the real meat on the bone is helping people go through what we call a data-driven journey. So how do you know your numbers? So what's your blood pressure and your cholesterol? How do you reduce your risk? So if you're overweight or can't sleep or anxious, how do you manage your conditions? We employ over 300 nurses. So if you're a diabetic or you have asthma, and then how do you navigate the healthcare system and your benefits? And then how does all that happen in the palm of your hand?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds, particularly for somebody who has a journey that may be more difficult than a perfectly healthy person, right? I mean, you really want that stuff tracked. There may be some people who don't necessarily want you to know how many steps they took or things like that, but I guess there are choices, right?
Yeah, well, it's all about consent. And I think one of the great pieces of Sharecare is our mission is that the user owns their data. So we get data, self-reported data, device data, claims data, social determinants of health data. But if you were ever to leave your doctor, leave your job, change your health plan, your Sharecare data goes with you.